Here's the thing with us, we're squares, right? We're not drinkers, we're not partiers.
But we are loads of fun.
Yes.
So you just got an RV, you're told you need this and all this stuff, and you got 50 Amazon boxes coming to your door every day.
Whether it's from your salesperson or another YouTube channel, and we've done multiple videos on RV items that you need. This video is gonna be a little different. We're gonna be transparent. We're gonna talk about RV items we were told we needed, RV items that you've been told maybe you've needed, and these items that we really just don't need. So this video is specifically regarding us, and it may resonate with you, and that's fine. But again, it's just things that we were told, seeing the videos, you need this, and this is the reason why. Well, we really don't, and we're gonna explain it.
Right, so the first one is an outdoor mat. Everybody gets an outdoor mat. Now, have we used it? Yes, quite a bit. And it was actually one of our favorite outdoor products a year ago or something, whenever that video was. But we find over time that our needs change, and Izzy can't stand it because it just collects,
I've never liked it.
You know what? Dirt.
Well, here's the thing, right? You have an outdoor mat, unless you're on like a concrete pad, in which that case you probably don't need one anyway because it's super clean. But like we're out at a campground now, it's a little more rustic, you know, it's gravel and grass. We put a mat down, it rained the last 2 days essentially. It's getting full of mud. You lift it up, there's worms underneath it, it's grass. Then you have to clean the whole thing before you put it away, because if you don't, you're gonna get mildew and that crap's gonna grow in the basement of your, it's just a royal pain in the you know what. I'm glad we're not using it anymore. I'm hoping that we just throw it out because it's just taking up space in the basement.
So number two is something that I think if we were full-time, we probably would definitely use, but as part-timers, we would see no need for it, which is why we didn't get it, all right? Now,
That was a good decision.
yes, it was a washer dryer. Now, as part-timers, we're out on the road a lot, all right? From like March until November, we are out a lot. We have found that it's just easy enough to use the laundry facilities at whatever campground we're
And they're
at.
cheap.
Right, and the biggest reason that we didn't get it is because of
Space.
space.
Well,
right?
there's a couple of other important things. There was a couple of reasons. The cost. It's rather expensive to have it installed. Space is huge. Ours is already prepped for a washer dryer, so when we sell Nelly and somebody wants to put it in, they can do that. But here are some things that people don't realize. It weighs a lot.
Yes.
So if you are in a gas motorhome like we are, your carrying capacity is already limited. So now adding a couple more 100 pounds, that could be a big difference. Winterizing is another pain, right? That's another water line that you have to winterize when you're winterizing your RV. Also, if you're not using it a lot, so say you wash something, water kind of collects in those P-traps, that starts to smell after a while. It's another source for a leak, right? You have two water lines, you have a drainage line. Even if, well, we're not gonna be full-time, but even if we were most time, I don't even think we would have one, honestly, because most places we would go to, they're gonna have a laundromat, and there's laundromats everywhere, and it's just less headache.
Yeah.
One more thing I didn't talk about, you can't fit that much stuff in there. You can't fit a quilt, you can't, it's for like quick stuff.
So if you have one, you know, which I'm sure many of you do, let us know. Are you regretting that you got it? Are you really happy? I just know for us, we have found it much easier to do it at the facilities. And again, that whole closet area, that's where we put Jason's clothes and a lot of other things. So we needed that extra space.
All right, number 3 is RV toilet paper. This is just fights online all the time. Somebody posts this question, should I get RV toilet paper or should I not? And then you have pro RV toilet paper, pro, you know, Scott's, whatever. We actually buy RV toilet paper just because Walmart has it pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But we've also ordered on Amazon 1-ply, septic safe. And guess what? They both worked, right? They're just to wipe your butt. So what does it really matter?
So you don't need the question. You don't need RV toilet paper.
We don't need it.
Right.
Now people are going to yell at us now.
Yes. And that's okay. That's okay. But definitely for us, it's not something that we need. So now continuing on the subject of space, number 4 is
an ice maker.
Countertop ice maker.
Well, this is even talk about refrigerator ice maker because we're going to touch on that. So a lot of people, they live and they die by the ice maker. They love it. For us, we don't use it. We don't even use our ice maker at home. Here's the thing with us. We're squares, right? We're not drinkers, we're not partiers. So an ice maker.
We are loads of fun.
Yeah, so an ice maker for us to make drinks, it's just taking space.
Yeah.
So we had the refrigerator, residential refrigerator that came with our motorhome, a Whirlpool, had from the factory, the ice maker. And it was cool, like it made ice. What happened was at the end of every trip, we'd be dumping ice down the toilet because we wouldn't use it. We had to replace that refrigerator out of warranty. The compressor went and we got another refrigerator, same one. We got it without the ice maker and wow.
Best thing.
We won't get an ice maker anymore because we gained half the freezer back.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so much, you don't realize
How much space.
how much that little ice maker,
Yeah.
how much space that actually
Yeah,
takes.
we have so much more room now. I couldn't believe it. And yes, we don't use it. Now the countertop one, if you're in an RV that has very limited counter space, that's it. You have that and you're running out of space really fast. So for us, definitely not worth it. If you're enjoying the video so far, we invite you to hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell and the thumbs up, but hit that notification bell so you know when our next video comes out. And if you enjoy dogs, you can subscribe to our new channel, The Pitbull Adventures of Sierra and Bowser.
And before we get to number 5, we're going to talk about something that we absolutely do need, and that is liquid spring. So this video is sponsored by Liquid Spring. If you're looking for the very best suspension upgrade for your Class A, B, C, or Super C motorhome, Liquid Spring is it.
And for our viewers and subscribers, we have the code that you may use, Ride Endlessly. It's going to save you up to $750 off a new Liquid Spring system.
Now, if you want to know how Liquid Spring rides, how it changes your motorhome, well, they have demo vehicles that are going to be around the country. There will be below where you can find them. Also below will be the number from Wayne Wells from Liquid Spring. You can give him a call if you have any questions. Also, if you want to know where their demo motorhomes are going to be. And if you're looking for the very best suspension upgrade for your motorhome, look no further than Liquid Spring.
So number 5, and this is something actually that we did have in our Jago travel trailer before this, is an oven, right? You see a lot of people talking about, oh my God, is a convection do the same thing or whatever? We do not need an actual oven.
No, it doesn't. It's better.
Right, we don't want an actual oven. So after having an oven in the travel trailer and then moving to now in a convection oven, we absolutely love our convection oven.
Why? Because number 1, it doesn't heat up the same. As far as, so when you used to turn on that oven in the travel trailer, like those Dometic ones, whatever, the Suburban, I think it was. You have to go in and light it up. I know they have the ones that click now, but everything would get hot. It wouldn't cook evenly.
Yes, that was the biggest thing.
And it takes a lot of space, right? So all that space that the oven was taking up, we have drawers now.
Right.
Now the convection microwave, we have a residential Whirlpool, I think it's 30 inches, maybe. I think it's 30-inch microwave. Microwave, and then you flip it and it's a convection oven, and it works just like an oven. It does everything that our oven would do. One-stop shopping. I'm big about like multi-tools.
Right, well, all of these are saving space. It's a huge thing that we're talking about.
So number 6, and this fights all the time. We actually got a bunch of nasty comments when we did this video. So number 6 is going to be something that everybody asks for. You ask RV salesmen, what's the number 1 question they get?
Besides Winegard.
Besides Winegard, I think this is even more. Does this RV have solar? Does this RV have solar? For us, solar is not even a thought for a couple of reasons.
At this point in life.
In this point in life. We did a video talking about why we don't have solar. We'll link it above. Number 1, we're part-timers. We have an onboard generator that we love using that does everything that solar does and then some. We don't want to invest in lithium batteries. We actually upgraded our batteries to golf cart batteries for essentially the same cost what it would cost to replace our stock batteries, but we got double the amp hours. Finally, for us, solar doesn't make sense for the overall cost.
Financially,
it just doesn't make sense. When we go away, we are plugged in, we are not boondocking, doesn't make sense for us. For some people out there, if you're off the grid, it is wonderful. If you can build your own system and save the money, kudos to you, it's great. But for us, solar just did not work.
So number 7 is going to be camping gadgets and that type of thing. So like all those little like knick-knack kind of things, like, you know, the marshmallow sticks and egg cookers.
The perfect hot dog cooker. And
right, which we got. It was kind of cool.
We don't use it
but again, I know we don't. Yeah, we usually just, you know, we'll grill something up inside. And, you know, like stove kits or anything that, a lot of those things are meant for people that are camping in tents and that kind of thing. Definitely not for glampers for like us. So that is definitely something that we don't need.
All right, number 8 is going to be grill table, special grill table. So we actually got one of these as a gift, but we find that we just don't use it. So it's like a portable grill table. And we find that, number 1, we don't grill that much. We tend to cook inside. And number 2, it takes a lot of space and you have to fold it. And again, it gets caught in the rain, you got to clean it. It's just added, it's more work.
Weight.
It's more stuff.
Right, but it's more, again, something else. All these things add up weight too. And when you're on a coach like ours, there's not much to play with. Right, so definitely not worth it for us. Number 9 is going to be the Blackstone. don't hate on us, all you Blackstone lovers. Look, we like the Blackstone a lot, and we do use it very
occasionally,
sparingly, right? But we find that, again, that we do a lot of our cooking inside. So it's something, again, that's large, heavy, taking up a lot of space for us.
not saying the Blackstone doesn't work great.
No.
It works awesome.
Yeah.
We actually did use it this weekend, but I just threw it in the back of the truck because we used to carry it all the time. There were so many things we carried, and then we kind of went on a purge of the RV, just taking stuff that we were carrying and just not using. We're gonna have to go through it again and take, because there's still stuff in there that we're not using. But like MJ said, Blackstone works great. We don't use it. Listen, there's only so many vegetables you can grill, right? If you're cooking burgers and steaks and hot dogs,
Yes.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
We don't cook that. So for us, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not going to grill tofu outside. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So we have it, we use it occasionally, but it's not something we're carrying all the time. All right, number 10 is going to be cheap hoses, right? Well, I don't know who really says you need cheap hoses. We're not saying you need cheap hoses. We're saying you need to get rid of the cheap hoses. And when we're talking about cheap hoses, usually when you buy a new RV, they give you like the starter kit. Take that starter kit, throw it in the garbage, because it's pretty much where it belongs. We're talking about those white Camco hoses that they're really flimsy. We actually keep one extra just in case we need an extension, but we would highly suggest that you just invest in a much better freshwater drinking hose, a little heavier, also a heated hose if you are out camping in the cold. So in the comments below, let us know what are RV items that you thought you had to have, and then they go to like RV item heaven. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.